Greeting to Puan. So we are going to present for the PPT2. So I'm Lee, and these are my group member Chong, Helena, and Avinashini. So these are the questions. Develop a Python application to assist the ABC University voting process using GUI design concept, gender use option button, drop-down menu, pop-up message for process of confirmation, store data in database using SQL command, and also a successor of insert data. So I will explain for the part for GUI design concept. So as you can see that we are using the blue theme as our color theme. So there are two pages. The first one is a registration page, and the other one is for the voting page. So for the registration page, the user must input for their information such as name, matrix number. Then for the program, they must select it in the drop-down menu, so they can select for their program in the jabatan. And for the gender, they will choose either male or female, and they must insert for their phone number and email address. So we also create two buttons, insert and also next. So after they key in their information, it will go to the next page that is called a voting system. So inside the voting system page, as you can see that we have insert for the three teams. So user will select the team by the drop down menu. So they will choose for two options, team 1 and team 2. So after they choose, they will click on the button confirm. Okay, so these are the coding for the GUI design concept. So all the information design added in line 18 to 82. So inside the coding, there are all the information details such as we are using the font style variable, and the font size is 10, and the background color is using the light cyan. Okay, so inside the coding we also insert for the coding for the create button. Okay, so we also adjust the size for the GUI using the coding, self window geometry 700 times 500. So these are all for the GUI design concept.
Okay, so we have use option button in registration form for choose the gender. So when choose a gender, we just click male or female. And if user didn't input a gender, you will put a message. A message is arrow. Choose the gender. Next. And now also have the drop down menu in the registration form. So the drop down menu make like option, and the option have jabatan penerangan, jabatan teknologi menambah komunikasi, jabatan kejuruteraan aeronatik, jabatan kejuruteraan mechanical. So the user can select the option. We use the drop down menu.
This is the coding for the voting process using GUI design concept. In this coding, I use a function that name as a function 2. The title is the voting system. The geometry is the height and length is 700 times 500. And then the background color is palette turquoise. Below that I use an option of the three teams, team 1, team 2, and team 3. For the voting process, I use the font size, font weight, background color, and then the font style. This is the coding for the pop-up message of the registration. For this, I use a new function, that is the function 1, and then I also use if-else statement and exception handling for the registration. Next. Okay. This is the pop-up message. Pop-up message will appear when the user key in all the information and did not key in all the information. For example, when the user click yes, the pop-up message will show registration successful. If the user click no, the pop-up message will appear and then it will tell your registration unsuccessful, try again. Next. This is the coding for the pop-up message for the voting system. For this, I use the function that is insert team. In this also, I use the if-else statement and exception handling for the voting process. Next, this is the pop-up message for the voting process. When the user click yes, the pop-up message will show vote submitted. When the user click no, the pop-up message will show vote not submitted.
Next is store data in database using SQL command. Here I create a coding for create database and I name it as a data wood. In the database, I create a two table. The first table is student info and the second is student book. In the student info table, the attributes are ID, name, metric number, program, gender, telephone number, and email. In the student book, the attributes are ID, name, team 1 and team 2. Here I create a coding to connect my SQL and then I also create the coding to import connect file and database file in the main file. This is the output in the local host, the stored data. Once the user key in the information, the local host it will be stored data and the second for the voting data in the local host. Thank you.